हरि ओम. परमपूज्य भगवान भाष्यकार आदिशंकराचार्य लिखित उपदेश साहस्रे 1000 टीचिंग्स गद्यबंधः प्रथमो भागः पार्ट 1 प्रोज शिष्य प्रतिबोध विधि प्रकरणम् A method of enlightening the disciple. अथ मोक्षसाधनोपदेशविधिं व्याख्यास्यामो मुमुक्षूणां श्रद्धानानाम् अर्थीनाम् अर्थाय. We shall now explain a method of teaching the means to liberation for the benefit of those aspirants after liberation who are desirous of this teaching and are possessed of faith in it. तदिदं मोक्षसाधनं नाम ज्ञानं साधनसाध्यादनित्यात् सर्वस्माद् विरक्ताय त्यक्तपुत्रवित्तलोकैषणाय प्रतिपन्नपरमहंस पारिव्राजाय शमदमाद् दयादियुक्ताय शास्त्रप्रसिद्ध शिष्यगुणसम्पन्नाय शुचये ब्राह्मणाय विधिवद् उपसन्नाय शिष्याय जातिकर्मवृत्तविद्याभिजनैः परीक्षिताय ब्रूयात् पुनः पुनः यावद् ग्रहणं दृढीभवति. That means to liberation, namely knowledge, should be explained again and again until it is firmly grasped to a pure Brahman disciple who is indifferent to everything that is transitory and achievable through certain means, who has given up the desire for a son, for wealth and for this world and the next, who has adopted the life of wandering monk and is endowed with control over the mind and senses, with compassion, etc., as well as with the qualities of a disciple well known in the scriptures, and who has approached the teacher in the prescribed manner and been examined in respect of his caste, profession, conduct, learning and parentage. श्रुतिश्च परीक्ष्य लोकान् तत्त्वतो ब्रह्मविद्याम् इति. दृढगृहीता हि विद्या आत्मनः श्रेयसे सन्तत्यै च भवति. विद्यासन्ततिश्च प्राण्यानुग्रहाय भवति. नौरिव नदीं तितीर्षोः. शास्त्रं च यद्यप्यस्मा इमामद्भिः परिगृहीतां धनस्य पूर्णां दद्यात् एतदेव ततो भूयः इति. अन्यथा च ज्ञानप्राप्त्यभावात् आचार्यवान् पुरुषो वेद आचार्याद्धैव विद्या विदिता आचार्यः प्लावयिता सम्यक् ज्ञानं प्लव इहोच्यते इत्यादि श्रुतिभ्यः उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानम् इत्यादि स्मृतेश्च. The Shruti also says a Brahman, after examining those worlds which are the result of Vedic actions, should be indifferent to them, saying that nothing eternal can be achieved by means of those actions. Then, with fuel in his hands, he should approach a teacher versed in Vedas and established in Brahman, in order to know the eternal. The learned teacher should correctly explain to that disciple who has self-control and a tranquil mind and has approached him in the prescribed manner the knowledge of Brahman, revealing the imperishable and eternal being. For only when knowledge is firmly grasped, it conduces to one's own good and is capable of transmission. This transmission of knowledge is helpful to people like a boat to one who wants to cross a river. The scriptures too say, although one may give to to the teacher, this world surrounded by oceans and full of riches, this knowledge is even greater than that. Otherwise, there would be no attainment of knowledge. For the Shrutis say, a man having a teacher can know Brahman. Knowledge received from a teacher alone becomes perfect. The teacher is the pilot. Right knowledge is called in this world a raft, etc. The Smriti also says, knowledge will be imparted to you, etc. शिष्यस्य ज्ञानाग्रहणं च लिङ्गैर्बुद्ध्वा अग्रहणे हेतून् अधर्मलौकिकप्रमादनित्यानित्यविवेकविषया संजात दृढपूर्वश्रुतत्व लोकचिन्तावीक्षणो जात्याद्याभिमानादीन् तत्प्रतिपक्षैः श्रुतिस्मृतिविहितैः अपनयेत अक्रोधादिभिरहिंसादिभिश्च यमैः ज्ञानाविरुद्धैश्च नियमैः. When the teacher finds from science that knowledge has not been grasped or has been wrongly grasped by the disciple, he should remove the causes of non-comprehension, which are past and present sins, laxity, want of previous firm knowledge of what constitutes the subjects of discrimination between the eternal and the non-eternal, courting popular esteem, vanity of caste, etc., and so on, through means contrary to those causes enjoined by the Shrutis and Smritis, namely avoidance of anger, etc., and the vows, yama, consisting of non-injury, etc., also the rules of conduct that are not consistent with knowledge. अमानत्वादिगुणं च ज्ञानोपायं सम्यक् ग्रहयेत्. He should also thoroughly impress upon the disciple qualities like humility, which are the means to knowledge. आचार्यस्तूहापोहग्रहणधारणशमदमदयानुग्रहादि सम्पन्नो लब्धागमो दृष्टादृष्टभोगेष्वनासक्तस्त्यक्तः सर्व कर्मसाधनो ब्रह्मविद् ब्रह्मणि स्थितो अभिन्नवृत्तो दम्भदर्पकुहकशाठ्यमायामात्सर्यान्वृताहङ्कार ममत्वादिदोषवर्जितः केवलपरानुग्रहप्रयोजनो विद्योपयोगार्थी पूर्वमुपदिशेत्. सदैव सौम्यदमग्रासीदेकमेवाद्वितीयं यत्र नान्यत् पश्यति आत्मैवेदं सर्वम् आत्मा वा इदमेक एवाग्रासीत् सर्वं खलुदं ब्रह्म इत्याद्याः आत्मैक्यप्रतिपादनपराश्रुतिः. The teacher is one who is endowed with the power of furnishing arguments pro and con, of understanding questions and remembering them, who possesses tranquility, self-control, compassion, and a desire to help others, who is versed in the scriptures and unattached to enjoyments both seen and unseen, who has renounced the means to all kinds of actions, is a knower of Brahman and established in it, is never a transgressor of the rules of conduct, and who is devoid of shortcomings such as ostentation, pride, deceit, cunning, jugglery, jealousy, falsehood, egotism, and attachment. He has the sole aim of helping others and a desire to impart the knowledge of Brahman alone only. He should first of all teach the Shruti texts establishing the oneness of the self with Brahman, such as, my child, in the beginning the universe was existence only, one alone without a second, where one sees nothing else. All this is but the self. In the beginning, all this was but the one self, and all this is verily Brahman. उपदिश्य च ग्राहयेत् ब्रह्मणो लक्षणं य आत्मा पहत पाप्मा यत् साक्षादपरोक्षात् ब्रह्म यो अशनाया पिपासे नेति नेति अस्थूलमननु स एष नेति अदृष्टं द्रष्टृ विज्ञानमानन्दं सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तम् अदृश्येनात्मे स वा एष महानजात्मा अप्राणो ह्यमना स बाह्याभ्यन्तरो ह्यजः विज्ञानघन एव अनन्तरं बाह्यम् अन्यदेव तद्विदितादथो अविदितात् आकाशो वै नाम इत्यादि श्रुतिभिः स्मृतिभिश्च न जायते म्रियते वा नादत्ते कस्यचित् पापं यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि न तन्नासदुच्यते अनादित्वान् निर्गुणत्वात् समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः इत्यादिभिः श्रुत्युक्तलक्षणा विरुद्धाभिः परमात्मा संसारित्वप्रतिपादनपराभिस्तस्य सर्वेणानन्यत्वप्रतिपादनपराभिश्च. After teaching these, he should teach the definition of Brahman through such Shruti texts as the self devoid of sins, the Brahman that is immediate and direct, that which is beyond hunger and thirst, not this, neither gross nor subtle. This self is not this. It is the seer itself unseen. Knowledge bliss. Existence knowledge infinite. Imperceptible bodiless. That great unborn self, without the vital force and the mind. Unborn comprising the interior and exterior, consisting of knowledge only, without interior or exterior. It is verily beyond what is known as also what is unknown, and called Akash, the self-effulgent one, and also through such smrutis, texts as the following. It is neither born nor dies. It is not affected by anybody's sin, just as air is always in the other, ether. The individual self should be regarded as the universal one. It is called neither existent nor non-existent, as the self is beginningless and devoid of qualities, the same in all beings, and the Supreme Being is different. All these support the definition given by the Shrutis and prove that the innermost self is beyond transmigratory existence and that it is not different from Brahman, the all-comprehensive principle. एवं श्रुतिस्मृतिभिः गुरुगृहीतपरमात्मलक्षणं शिष्यं संसारसागरादुत्तितीर्षुं पृच्छेत् कस्त्वमसि सौम्य इति. The disciple who has thus learnt the definition of the inner self from the Shrutis and the Smritis and is eager to cross the ocean of transmigratory existence is asked, "Who are you, my child?" स यदि ब्रूयात् ब्राह्मणपुत्रः अधोन्वय ब्रह्मचर्याश्रम गृहस्थो वा